Welcome everyone to part 9 of our Python basics tutorial. In this tutorial, I will introduce you with Python if, elif, else statements. So, if you are already familiar with programming, probably you already heard about if statement, which is one of the most basic forms of logic that can be introduced. The idea of the if statement is to assess whether something is in the case, and if it is, then to perform the following block of code within the statement. The if statement contains a logical expression using which data is compared, and a decision is made based on the result of the comparison. So, we'll begin with if statement syntax. If statement syntax looks like this, and in this statement, if the expression evaluates to true, then the block of statements inside the if statement is executed. If expression evaluates to false, then the first set of code after the end of the if statement is executed. So let's write a very basic example of if statement. A and B. So the statement will be if A less than B, for example, will print A is less than B. So here we defined A and B. Then we asked if the B is greater than A. If it is, then we'll print A is less than B. So let's build it. So as you can see, it wrote A is less than B. Next, we can add else statement to if statement. So else statement can be combined with an if statement to build the logic. An else statement contains the block of code that executes if the condition expression in the if statement resolves to the false value. So the else statement is an optional statement, and there could be at most only one else statement following it. So syntax is very similar. If expression here statements, else we write statements. So we can now improve our previous example. Just write else, and here we add one more print. Is more than B, we can edit, and here okay, we'll do this so that we can skip the first if statement. Save and build. So as you can see, we are printing A is less than B because we are in the else place. Next, add to that we can add elif statement. So the elif statement allows checking multiple expressions for true and executing a block of code as soon as one of the conditions evaluates to true. Similar to else, the elif statement is optional. However, unlike else, for which there can be at most one statement, there can be an arbitrary number of elif statements following one. So we can add the same example as it was before, and here we write elif expression true, for example, and here just add statements. Here we can write more of this, but we won't for now. So let's move with an example. We'll use the same code as before. So A equal to 10, B to 20. We'll add C equal to 0, for example. And we'll improve this example by writing elif a less than c, we print that a is less than c. Else we will write that there was something wrong with code. So we can save it and build it. So here we ask it if a is greater than b first. So 10 is not greater than 20, so therefore this is false. So the elif runs to ask if a is less than c. In this case, it's asking if 0 is less than 10. So it's also not. So we find ourselves at the else statement, which notifies us that there was something wrong, as you see. Sometimes there might be a situation when you want to check for another condition after a condition resolves to true. In such a situation, you can use the nested if construct. So here we will come back to syntax. It will be something like, if it's expression 1, we would like to write another expression to this. So this will be expression 2. Then else if expression 3. And yeah, of course, why not to use else? Else we'll use statement again. And after this code, we can also insert else if statement. It should be 4. And there we might write else again. In the nested construct, you can have an if, elif, else constructs inside another if, elif, else construct. So this was a nested statement syntax. Here now we can continue with an example. So we already have an example from Elif's example. So we need to a little bit modify it to fit our new example. So we'll do like this: a b is more than c. And here we insert if a equal to b. We'll print that a is equal b. Else we'll write that is not equal to b. And else we'll print that there was something wrong. So here is just a basic example where we defined a, b, and c. Then we asked if a is greater than b. If it is, then we'll print a is more than b, but if it's not, then we go to else if statement where we check if b is greater than c. It is greater, so then we entered new if statement where we check if a is equal to b. But in our example it is not, so in this case we move to else statement where we say that a is not equal to b when we run, as you can see. So that's all for this video. I hope that this was useful for you. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in comment section below this video. If you liked my video, smash up the likes button and subscribe my channel, then you'll get more of my videos. Text version of this tutorial and links are left in video subscription. Thank you all for watching, good luck, and see you in the next video.